Okay, so tonight we're diving into the world of NYC Bitches with Taste. You know, the subreddit where women in New York City can talk about anything and everything about living in the city.
And it's pretty new, right? It just popped up like last July, I think.
Yeah, July 2023. And what's really interesting is that it's totally open, so anyone can see what they're talking about.
Which is sort of wild considering the name.
Right, like maybe not what you'd expect.
So, like, what are these NYC bitches with taste actually talking about?
Well, we took a deep dive into their community highlights to find out.
Sound like their greatest hits.
Yeah, exactly. And let me tell you, it is a fascinating mix of like Sex in the City meets Broad City, you know?
A little dash of glamour with a healthy dose of reality.
Exactly. And one of the first things that jumped out at me was just how much they talk about safety.
Yeah. Especially when it comes to nightlife.
Like, there's this one thread that really blew up titled, Bitches, Where Can We Safely Club?
Oh, yeah, I saw that one. And it makes sense. It's like a big concern for women in the city right now.
Yeah. But what I found really interesting is how they were talking about it. It wasn't just like, oh my God, I'm so scared to go out.
Right. It was more like strategic.
Exactly. They were like sharing tips and advice and looking out for each
Wait,
other.
think of this club has really good security. Or like, this neighborhood is well lit at night.
Totally. It's like that New York resourcefulness coming out. They're not going to let fear stop them from having fun.
But they're going to be smart about it.
Exactly.
And let's be real, it's not just about avoiding danger. It's
Yeah.
also about avoiding getting, like, totally ripped off on a night out.
Oh my God, yes. Have you seen the price of drinks these days?
It's insane.
Which reminds me of that other post about finding a good club promoter.
Oh, yeah, they want that insider knowledge.
It's like they're searching for the secret password to get into the cool spots without going broke.
And honestly, who can blame them? This city is expensive.
Seriously. So it's really interesting to see how they balance, like, wanting to have fun, but also being mindful of their budgets.
Yeah, it feels very relatable to, like, what a lot of young people are going through in the city right now.
Totally. It's not all champagne wishes and caviar dreams.
Sometimes it's more like dollar sliced pizza and a prayer.
Exactly. They still want that New York experience, but they also want to be smart about it.
And that leads us to another fascinating aspect of this subreddit.
But okay, it's not all about like budgeting and finding deals, right?
No, these are still NYC bitches with case we're talking about.
Yeah. Exactly. And trust me, these women definitely know how to treat themselves.
They appreciate the finer things in life, for sure.
Like way more than just dollar-sized pizza.
Right. There are entire threads dedicated to, like, planning the perfect outfit for opening night at the ballet.
It's giving major Carrie Bradshaw energy.
Totally. And the beauty recommendations. Don't even get me started.
Oh my God, yes. Facials, Botox, you name it, they're talking about it.
It's like a masterclass in self-care.
And speaking of self-care, did you see that thread about finding romantic 1 a.m. spots near Midtown?
Oh, yeah, those ladies are next level.
Right. It's like they're living in their own Nora Ephron movie or something.
Totally. But I think it speaks to something really interesting.
What's that?
This desire for, like, magic and romance.
Okay, yeah.
Like that feeling of being young and in the most exciting city in the world.
I can see that.
And I think it ties into this whole treat yourself mentality.
Oh, totally. Like, remember that post about the woman who was looking for Chinese jewelry?
Yeah, she wanted to buy herself some jade.
Right. And she described herself as like a hardworking boss bitch who deserved to treat herself.
Exactly. I
Yeah.
feel like that really sums up the whole vibe of the subreddit.
It does. It's like they're taking back the word bitch and making it empowering.
Yeah, it's about owning your ambition, your success, and yeah, you're right to have nice things.
Right. It's like they're saying, we work hard, we hustle, we deserve a little something sparkly.
Exactly.
But okay, let's not get too carried away here.
Right.
Because let's be real, living in New York City, even for the bitches with taste, it's not always glamorous.
Oh, absolutely not. There's definitely a reality check in there somewhere.
Like, have you ever tried finding an apartment in the city?
Oh my God, don't even remind me.
That's like a nightmare.
It is. And it's not just apartments. It's like everything.
True.
Like, I saw this one thread about dealing with a terrible management company.
Oh, yeah, I think I saw that one too.
And it just goes to show, like, even NYC bitches with taste, they have to deal with the same crap as the rest of us.
Yeah, totally. Like leaky faucets and rude landlords. It's a universal experience.
It is. And speaking of universal experiences, remember that thread about trying to host Friendsgiving in a tiny apartment?
Oh my God, yes.
That's hilarious.
It's like the most New York problem ever.
It is. And it's just so relatable. Like, who hasn't tried to cram like 20 people into their tiny apartment?
Right. And they were like coming up with all these creative solutions.
Right.
Like using their oven as storage space. Oh my God, stop.
I'm serious. And they were like putting all the food on their beds.
No, no.
I know. It was chaos.
But like also kind of amazing.
Right. It's like that New York spirit of like, we're going to make it work.
Exactly. And it just shows you like even when they're dealing with like the most ridiculous situations,
Yeah,
they find a way to laugh about it.
exactly. And that's what I love about this subreddit.
Them too.
It's like a reminder that we're not alone in this crazy city.
It's true though. Like no matter how crazy things get, you can always count on New Yorkers to like band together.
Exactly. And it's not just about the humor either. It's
Yeah.
like there's this genuine sense of community and support.
Yeah, totally.
Right.
Like remember that post about the woman who was looking for cat adoption recommendations?
Oh, yeah. That was sweet. She was like, I'm finally ready for a furry friend. Any advice? And everyone was so helpful.
I know they were like sharing their own experiences and recommending shelters and stuff.
Exactly. And it just goes to show you, like, these women, they're not just interested in, like, fashion and nightlife. They're also passionate about, like, animal welfare.
Yeah. And helping each other out.
Exactly. Like, remember that post from the girl who was going to the Kate Trinata concert alone?
Oh, yeah. I was going to say something about that.
She was a little nervous about going solo. But then a bunch of other users were like, hey, I'm going alone too. Let's meet up.
It's like even when you feel like you're alone in the city, you're not really.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I think that's something really special about this subreddit. Like, it creates this sense of belonging.
Totally. So I guess the big question is like, what did we learn from our deep dive into NYC Bitches with Taste?
Well, for me, it's like it challenges the stereotype of what it means to be a woman in New York City.
Okay. Yeah.
It's not just about like brunching and shopping and wearing designer clothes.
Oh, right.
It's about like navigating this crazy city and dealing with real life problems and finding your people.
Totally. And like building a community in a place that can feel really isolating sometimes.
Exactly. And it's about being ambitious and resourceful and, yeah, maybe even a little bit extra
A
sometimes.
little bit extra, never hurt anyone.
Right. But it's also about being vulnerable and supporting each other and finding humor in the chaos.
Yeah, for sure. It's like a reminder that like even though we might be bitches sometimes,
We're all just trying to figure it out together.
so that